Welcome back, everyone, to another segment of the MCR. Mac and me. My name's TJ. And real quick, right off the bat, I would like to mention that if you want to watch us on Rumble, you've got to search under the word, and it's one word in its entirety, MI Conservative Round Table. In this segment, I'd like to talk about a Democrat representative in the House of Representatives acting childish. He did something a high schooler might do to get out of class. And they're pretty certain he did it to obstruct a vote. And that vote dealt with the funding bill to keep the government operating. And I don't necessarily want to discuss whether or not it should or shouldn't have passed. I guess you could say there's pros and cons on both sides. And when I think of that vote, I think of it as a lose-lose. What we have is a Democrat politician acting like a high schooler. He pulled the fire alarm, like some high schooler might do to get out of class. Well, he pulled the fire alarm to get out of a vote. Or, you know what? He went and voted as if to feign innocence. But he did it with the intention of obstructing a vote to keep the government funded. Okay? And they got video of it. I don't know why these people don't understand there's always going to be video. And not only did he pull the alarm, but he also removed emergency exit signs. And I find that a little disconcerting because, a lot of times if people don't keep their cool, you could end up with a stampede on your hands or something, And I'll cease at this time. Mac, you got any commentary so far on this?
Well, the first thing when I saw this story, because I saw it also, and the first thing that came to my mind was, isn't he interrupting or disrupting a government procedure? Isn't that what the people who were sitting in prison did on January, or alleged to have done on January 6th? And it's such a terrible crime. They had to go to prison for 16 to 20 years. Is that going to happen to this guy? No, for a couple of reasons. One, he's a Democrat, and Democrats always get away with everything. And two, he's black, and blacks get away with everything in this country nowadays.
Well, some Republicans, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you could say, might be leading the charge, but there's also a Nicole Maliotakis, also a Republican. They want, like MTG wants him to be prosecuted, and this other Republican, she wants him expelled from the Congress. And McCarthy,
not going to happen.
Say again?
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, McCarthy made the comment, when you think about how other people were treated when they came in and wanted to change the course of what was happening in the building, this should not go without punishment. I'm going to have a discussion with Democrat leader about it, but this should not go without punishment. This is an embarrassment. And like you said, is it going to happen? Who knows?
McCarthy's too weak. All they need to do is call the Capitol Police and put them in the spotlight and make them do their job, because it is against the law to do what he did.
Well, there's another Republican representative, and this name might sound familiar for another reason. George Santos out of New York. And if you recall, I believe he's the one that they're trying to kick out of the House of Representatives, because supposedly he's got some kind of financial trickery going on that helped fund his campaign.
Well, yeah, he allegedly made claims that he did things he didn't do and had credentials he didn't have. Yeah. He's a fraud. He committed fraud, basically. And you know what? I based on what I know, he can get the hell out too. He's a nut.
Well, Santos, he kind of poked at, and I don't know if I said the guy's name, Jamal Bowman. Okay,
Yeah.
it's the Democrat Jamal Bowman who did this stunt, and Santos kind of poked fun at him a little bit. Did a post on X, a little video, but he says, PSA, especially to all the boys and girls who are students at Cornerstone Academy for social action, because your principal may not have taught you. It was later revealed that I guess he was the principal at this Cornerstone Academy. But George Santos points out in the video it took two hands to activate this alarm, because Jamal Bowman was saying how he accidentally triggered it, not realizing what was going to happen. And George Santos in the video
He didn't
basically,
realize what was going to happen when he pulled the fire alarm?
hey,
Please. You know what? They all think we're all so damn stupid.
I know. I was just going to say they think we're idiots, and that's why Santos was it was almost like a parody video, basically saying how dumb do you have to be, you know, and and then he even shows what it takes to trigger the alarm, and I guess George Santos kind of wraps it up with Jamal Bowman is lying, throw him in the DC gulag for 2 years and let him think about his criminal act.
2 years, my ass. He deliberately disrupted a government proceeding. 20 years for him, 16 to 20 years. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't care if your name is Jamal, Malik, or whatever the gaggle of ghetto names he might have. But hey, you know what? Let him go to jail. The Democrats have an opportunity here to prove how fair they are. And
Yeah,
how much they're always talking about justice for this and justice for that, justice for every criminal who gets killed in the act. They always want justice for those people. Well, how about a little justice here?
Yeah. Well, it's a safe bet. This guy's he's not even gonna get a slap on the wrist.
Nope.
You know, and it's
he won't be investigated by Merrick Garland's Department of Injustice. He won't.
It'll just, put it on the shelf with all the other examples of hypocrisy and elitism, really. Yep. So that's all I got for this one. And thanks everyone for your support. And just a reminder for those who still might be watching, on Rumble, we are at MI Conservative Roundtable. Okay? Thanks a lot. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.